Welcome back to the Mental Scraps Podcast. I am your host, Devin Scott, here with my pops, Darnell Scott, back with episode 6. About to keep chopping these trees down. Got some more heat for y'all this morning, this afternoon. Whenever you listen to this, welcome back. Appreciate y'all tapping in with us. So, just to get right into it, pause. We ain't gonna take too much time, man. We didn't spend some time talking before, but before we figure out how you doing a little bit. So last episode, in episode 5, we talked a little bit about some things, and we said this episode we wanted to let you guys know about how to eliminate in order to elevate into the next level. So we're gonna break down some of these 4 levels of the process of how to move yourself up those next levels of the 4 process. And then last, we're gonna talk about some who, not how. One of the most important things and one of the best things one of my mentors taught me. But before we get into that, Pops, how you feeling today, man?
Man, I feel fantastic. Feel great, man. Today's a beautiful day to be alive.
Yeah, sir, man. It's a beautiful day. I was telling you earlier, I was up till 2 a.m. last night. Just didn't even realize it. And I go to bed about 10, 11, even on Fridays, Saturdays. I just don't live that life no more. But
Yes, sir.
I thought it was 11. I looked at my watch. It said 2. I was like, but that's what happens when you live it on purpose. So it's such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. So yeah, man, let's get right into it, Pops. I don't want to hold back. Let's not waste no time. But eliminate to elevate. Let's talk about that first. What does that mean to you, Pops?
Man, eliminate to elevate. That means, for me, it means I made a decision. I set my mind to a place where I want to end up at with all my efforts, my energies, my perceptions, everything lines up. I'm aligned with my vision and my purpose. So I eliminate, when I have a vision, it eliminates everything. Well, when you have a place where you know you want to end up at, and you know the way to get there, it's gonna always take a little time or a lot of time to get there. But here's the thing: if when you know where to go, you also know where not to go, and you know who to say yes to, and you know who to say no to, because your vision should guide you and direct you. You know, so yeah, eliminate that weak stuff, anything that wastes your time, anything that disturbs the journey. You got to get rid of that. Sometimes that people's involved with that. Sometimes you got to eliminate people, because there's a lot of people out there doing a lot of nothing. No offense to them. You can do what you want with your life. There's a lot of people doing nothing, and they're recruiting. They're recruiting heavy. They want some other people to do nothing with them. And I ain't going. I'm not buying a ticket. I'm not signing up for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And with the Freedom Finders, we got 5 episodes left of the Consistent Daily Action Morning Show. So we went from, today was show 495, 495 days in a row, every single day, Monday through Friday at 8, Saturday and Sunday at 10. And what that's really taught me was consistency, persistence, doing things when you don't feel like it, becoming a professional, going from an amateur to actually getting drafted into the league. And that's what I really feel like. So I know for a fact, like, I'm professional now. I'm a professional. Whatever you want to call me, a podcaster, I don't need no box. I am a motivational teacher, professional. I am the transformationalist. I'm driving transformation alive. So, but all of that, none of that happened until I actually started taking the actions. But to get back to the eliminate to elevate, we're eliminating the Consistent Daily Action Morning Show, and people are like, when I told a couple people, they're like, what do you, why, what, no, you, huh? Why are you doing that? It's gonna be gone? Like, yeah. They're like, why are you doing that? You so happy, because you have to eliminate some things, because once you get comfortable in where you at, and you don't eliminate that stuff that you're comfortable with in order to elevate yourself to something else that may be uncomfortable, you're never going to grow, and you're going to stay in the same exact place the rest of your life. So we're very, very, very comfortable with the Consistent Daily Action Show right now. Very comfortable. It's easy. It's mastered. We know what to do. It's so subconscious. I don't even got to think before I talk about stuff. We talking some gratitude, affirmations, daily actions, and some wise words. It's just, I don't even think about it. It's just, that's what happens. But now, if we want to stretch ourselves and better ourselves, we're gonna have to eliminate some things in order to elevate to the next level. So let's talk about that a little bit more. I got some more on that, but what are your thoughts with the consistent daily action, where we came from to where we're getting rid of that in order going to the next level of Freedom Finders Unleashed? What's your thought process on that, Pop?
Man, it's time. 500 days of consistent daily action. You know, first of all, many people in the world cannot say that. I can say who can say it. Billionaires can say that. They can say they've done things consistently. Multimillionaires, they can say it. People who have extremely healthy bodies and healthy mindsets can say that because doing something over and over like hardwires you to the results that you really desire for yourself. So eliminating the show and elevating, man, it's mastery because you're gonna be talking to people like directly to them, so you can solve problems right away, like in real time, instead of people hiding behind the screen. Now people will actually be able to be seen. You can see their avatar, you can see their emotions, and you can see their tears if it's something that really catches their attention and that makes them think. So you're not, you're just giving birth to another generation, another part of what the consistent daily action show is about. It's just now, it's just like instead of it being inside of the acorn, now I see it as becoming 100-foot oak tree. Now it's starting to elevate. It's starting to grow, reach towards the sun, and it's rooted now. 500 days,
Mm-hmm.
500 days, son, in the same dirt gotta be massive. Whatever's coming up, it gotta be massive. So you gotta. I'm just gonna go ahead and plug it. If you can hear the sound of my voice, you need to be a part. If you want to be free from yourself, from your job, from your lack of health, from your whatever it is. If you want to be free from it, man, my boy here and his team, man, they got the blueprint. It's already written. You don't have to see. He doesn't have to create it. It's already he did it. You know. So like if you think about an acorn, when I think about the acorn, how did God push that 100-foot oak tree into that little acorn? How did He do that? How did He put all of that potential in such a small place? See, people thought of the consistent daily action show as a small thing. Nah, we had the proof of the proof. Here's the proof right here. Here, look at Chris talking about I'm a stockbroker. I can't even. Nah, that's what I do. Buying real estate. Look at you creating your program so that you can help people who play sports get into something more fruitful for their legacy. Look at all of Mike T. He has a gym.
Mm-hmm.
Not talking about a gym. He has a gym.
Napaholics.
Everybody in your circle. That's right, Napaholics. Give it to them. You guys have, from that seed of CDA, you have created a very powerful foundation to build upon. So you eliminating it, but it's the seed is never really truly eliminated, but it is gone. It's gone now. You can't see the seed no more. Now you're gonna see a 100-foot oak tree standing clear, standing strong. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, proud of you, man. Proud of you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. You see the Lord shining this spotlight on me right now.
Hey, my one of my words is brightness. You know what I'm saying? It's about brightness. Yeah,
Oh man,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Uh huh.
let it flow. Let it flow. God got your back.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
then he go away. He just wanted to say, he just wanted to tell you something.
he just said, oh, we talk about you.
Yeah,
Look at this. Look, shine,
yeah,
shine real
yeah,
quick, shine. And I used to have a problem with shining because I used to not want the spotlight because I'm such a go giver that I'm just like nah. Take here you go, here you go, here you go, and I'm just like take it back. But now I'm really
mm-hmm,
understanding through gratitude of 495 days every single day in a row. I
mm-hmm,
am I am open to receivership. I am in a
mm-hmm,
state of receivership to where every single day I'm receiving more blessing. I'm receiving more knowledge. I'm receiving more spotlight on me through the Lord.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He's shining on me. But
Yeah.
and I'm okay with that. And it's
Mm-hmm,
not an arrogant thing. It's nothing because everything that I get, I give. And the more I'm
mm-hmm,
giving, he's keep giving. I'm keep getting more. And now I'm getting it in the
mm-hmm,
overflow. It's like, oh shoot, I got too much. Well, hey, take
mm-hmm,
some of this. You take some of this too. I'm take it. And then the more I'm giving, the more I'm getting
mm-hmm.
back. And this is an over cycle
Yeah.
over and over. And it all came from yielding to the kingdom of God and letting God know that
Mm-hmm,
I said, this is not me anymore. This is you. I'm not Devin Scott. I am a servant of the Lord. That's who I am.
mm-hmm, Mm-hmm.
and that's it. But definitely got to give a shout out to my guys, man, from the sandbox. Chris Harley with the real estate, becoming a stockbroker. He just made 450 in one day the other day. One
Yep.
day, just a couple clicks, and he's just like, I'm cracking the code. He's like, I'm not there yet, but I'm cracking the code. Mike T in the real estate, buying his live and flip. He bought his first house too. Plus, he's the owner of his gym, Napaholics, boxing,
Yep.
strength, and fitness. Got
Mm-hmm.
can't leave my guys up. Rob, he's out there in Vegas, living his dreams, doing his thing. He's about to get married. About to getting honing on his queen. He's figuring out exactly who he is as a person, finding his purpose. AD,
Mm-hmm.
he went real low in the coach. If you guys are familiar with the coaching world, he was a coach at a FBS, not FBS,
Mm-hmm.
FCS school, a smaller school, right? To where it's really small and there's not a lot of attention. To where he took a step back and went to go be a GA, a graduate assistant again, or not, maybe not GA, something like that, something really low. Took a pay cut to where he was barely making anything, barely rubbing two pennies together, to then
Mm-hmm.
get exploded to the next level. Now he's a Division I running back coach at Akron University. My boy
Mm-hmm.
Shaq T, he's a engineer. He works at Eaton out in Virginia. Through the consistent daily
Mm-hmm.
action, he built up his identity and his purpose of what he really wants to do, and he just got accepted into Duke University for the master's degree.
Yes, sir.
What you do when you walk through this thing, what we call the consistent daily action, every single day, you are going to elevate even when you don't see it in yourself. You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna elevate no matter what, and that's what we're doing with the Freedom Finds Unleashed. So appreciate the plug, pops. Gotta
Yes, sir.
gotta gotta show some love to my guys, man, because they keep me motivated, keep me going. Um, I like to say I keep them going too, so we keep each other going. So,
Let
but
me say this.
go ahead.
Let me drop this real quick. So it's almost illegal for you to be such a blessing to the world and not receive. Like it's like going out there and being a loving to plant roses, but never taking the time to smell those roses for yourself
Mm,
and pull some of the best of those roses to hand to somebody that you love and care about. You know what I'm saying? So when you plant and plant and plant and planting, like you said, it's too much. One apple seed can become an apple orchard if you care for it. One apple seed can become an apple orchard. One apple tree become many apple trees. And then if you're really ambitious, if the world would let it happen, the world we live in ain't gonna let that happen because of commercialism. But it can become an apple forest where nobody will ever be hungry. It's proven that a man can eat an apple a day, two apples a day, he gonna be good. He don't need no food. It has everything you need in an apple. So you can have an apple forest, and people can just walk freely and pull off the tree, pour some water on it because I don't like bugs. So pour some water on it, give me a little rinse, and eat that apple. But it's not gonna be that way. So it's almost illegal. It is. It should be illegal for a person to be so valuable to the world, but still live tied to the rules of the world. Nah, you can't be that way. When you're a teacher, it says anybody, if you receive a word from a teacher and you improve yourself, then you should give back to the one who gave to you. It's in the word of God. That's not me. So salute. Salute to your son. I'm proud to be able to say that in real time. You know what I'm saying? I'm very proud, that your brothers, your siblings have a person like you that can lead and guide them to the brightness. Because right now, what we're fighting, the thing that we need to eliminate is the darkness in people's minds. We have to eliminate that, because if we eliminate the darkness in people's minds, then they'll be able to see all of the little delicate intricacies that keep them from elevating themselves. You like, so that little thing right there is the thing that's holding me back, because when you're illuminated, you can see it. So we have to illuminate, open up light up the dark places in young people's minds and people's minds. Even adults need this information.
mm-hmm.
This is for every person who has a desire to improve themselves. This is for you. This is for you. This show right here is for you. I feel great. I'm content. I'm cool with the income that I earn from the energy that I put out. If I want more, I get more energy. If I want more, I get more energy. If I'm cool where I'm at, I'm cool where I'm at. They don't know, you know? So people need to really, I'm so excited about your show because it's not even a show no more. I don't even know what you call it now. The living
Mastermind.
webinar. Okay. Yeah. The living mastermind with live people, beautiful people coming together to sharpen each other up.
Hmm.
Because when the teacher teaches, the student learns, and when the student learns, the teacher earns. You understand? That's probably a snippet that need to come on out. That is dropped out the sky. So I need that piece. But anyway, so being a part of a group of people that want to improve themselves, like, and now then I'll calm down because you got me going. You got me going. So I have a project, right? And so it's a guy on the side of the road, and he holding up a card. He holding up a cardboard, and he's saying to himself, "This is the best I can do. I can go find a marker, a piece of clean cardboard, and I can go stand on the corner and wait for people to hand me change. And sometime I'm gonna get blessed. Somebody feeling real spiritual, they may hand out a 20 or a 50. You know, that's what they waiting on. You know, ding, ding, ding. I'm good for the whole day. I'm good for 2 days now for what I did today. Okay, so I said to myself, Darnell, what if that was you on the corner? What if that you was that avatar on the corner? And you got to the point where you was holding a cardboard sign. You ain't had no money. You ain't had no place to lay your head at night. You didn't have no family to call on. You had nothing at all. How would you improve yourself from his position, that avatar's position? And I began to think, okay, so Darnell, with my skill set I got right now, so what can I do first? I'm homeless, ain't got no money, ain't got nothing. I need some free resources. Okay, books. I'm gonna go to the library. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna find me a book. Okay. Libraries have computers. Okay, cool. Computers free. Okay. Now maybe I'm gonna write me an ebook. Maybe I write me an ebook and put it up on Amazon for. I'm gonna put me an ebook. I'm gonna put it up on Amazon. Good people. I'm put it on Amazon. Okay. How can I? I need to tell people about this. So I need to create me a social media. I need to. I can't change my parents. Don't have no money, so I'm just gonna wear this. I'm gonna just show people I'm gonna improve. Type my book up, and I'm gonna put it on Amazon for free in the market for free. And that's one of the ways I'm gonna start making money. Then once I receive the money I need to improve myself, I'm gonna improve myself by buying some clothes I want to wear. I'm gonna live in a place I want to live, and I'm gonna give me some transportation. If I need, that's how I seen it. And I did this exercise with some kids, right? The answers that were coming out was, I would do this, and I would go to the church and volunteer because it's warm there, and they may give me some food. That's what kids were saying. Drop the mic.
Hmm. But them kids smarter than you think too. Way
Yeah,
smarter than you think. We teaching these
yeah.
kids with the fly group, and these kids we don't call them kids, we call them junior investors, future millionaires. So we
Mm-hmm.
stopped calling them kids, but the junior investors, they are 8 and 9 years old running their businesses. They are 8 and 9 years old knowing about compound interest and understanding how it
Mm-hmm.
works.
Yeah.
I'm just like, first time I heard about compound interest, I was at least 22, 23, and it took me a couple years to understand it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
These kids are understanding in one take, so got to give some love to the kids. But before I want to hit a little bit more on the eliminate to elevate, but matter of fact, let's just hit it right now. I hit this later because I want to talk about the importance of a mastermind, of a group. We'll hit that at the back end, but eliminate to elevate. So you're probably wondering, like, what should I be eliminating? Devin, I don't have anything to eliminate. Like, what should I eliminate? What should I get rid of? I don't have a consistent daily action show. I don't have what you're talking about. I got you. I got you. I got you. So watch this. It all boils down to the mundane things that's already in this life that the program is already there. So number one, I have 5 of them. I don't know if we'll see how many I get off the top of my head. But number one, you must eliminate all of the media. You're like, are you serious, Devin? Yes, I'm dead serious. Now, but Devin, you're on Instagram, and Devin, but you're on media right now. I know, but it's not. What are you doing on media? Are you sitting here scrolling like this all day, all night? If that's you, go ahead and say that's me. That's me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. It's most of us. We sit here like this for hours, and then we look up, and like, oh my goodness, it's been 2 hours. What could have you have done in that 2 hours of time that you could have done somewhere else? Not only could you have done something else with your time and more productive, but what is the media doing to your brain? That media is programming your brain to keep you trapped, to keep you misinformed, to keep you broke, to keep you fearful. That's what the media is doing to you. That's what the media does. All of it. Number one, eliminate the media. Number two, I feel like I don't remember two right now off the top of my head. You might have to help me, Pops, if you got anything to eliminate. Number two, eliminate, call it the minutia. All of the, and you're like, what's minutia, Dev? I got you. Minutia is the things in your life that doesn't matter. That's what minutia is. So all of these things that people talking about, bro, did you see LeBron drop 37 last night? Did you see Steph Curry, he dropped it? Did you see Julio Jones snap one-handed behind the back? And I'm like, nah, I ain't see it. What, you ain't watch the game? Nope. Sure didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because I'm eliminating the minutia, the things that do not matter in my life. I don't care how much LeBron drop. Guess what I can do? Honestly, I really don't care. I give a clap up because, you know, he's my generation's GOAT. He is. But it doesn't matter to me in my life at all. So you must eliminate the media to stop programming your mind with all that trash. And number two, you must eliminate minutia, all the stuff that doesn't matter in your life. And that includes all the gossip, by the way, for you gossipers out there. Now, listen, I'm not talking to all y'all today. I'm only talking to people who's ready for transformation, people who wants a better life, people who wants to go from waking up in the morning and feeling like, oh, I got to go to work, to I get to wake up and I'm waking up before my alarm in the morning. I'm talking to those people who want that type of life. I'm not talking to all y'all. Eliminate the media. Eliminate the minutia. I got some more somewhere. Y'all gonna make me y'all gonna make me open up my notes because I gotta give it all to y'all now because I can't. Go ahead, pause. Go ahead while I pull this up.
Yeah, I got one for you. You gotta eliminate the indecisiveness. You have to decide on a target. You have to decide on a place to go. You gotta decide because if you don't have I've always been saying this for a long time, but if you don't know where you're going, you're probably already there.
Facts.
You are already there, and if you don't know what you want, you probably already have it, so you gotta eliminate indecisiveness. And then another thing you have to eliminate is procrastination.
Mm-hmm.
You have to eliminate that because procrastination is the thing that keeps you where you're at. Procrastination the word procrastination and comfort should be cousins, because people are comfortable where they're at. Now, if you are successful, then we're good. Now, a person they want to be a gas station attendant, and they're a gas station attendant, and their needs are met, and that's what they want. They're successful. But if you are the person that is hungry, you cannot deny hunger. Hunger is a synonym for the whole world. If you have a hunger for more experiences in life, then procrastination is an enemy of yours. Procrastination is a sin against your future. It's a sin against yourself and your heart and your expectations. It's a sin against, your relationship with God. God is a doer. God is a doer. He's a didder. He already got her done, and God takes a break. He took a break, so procrastination and indecisiveness, those two are those are big majors that I had to remove out of my life in order to become the Darnell Scott that people know now. All the other people in my past, they don't even know my elevation because we don't have nothing common to talk about. So they don't even know me. They don't know what I've done and accomplished. The only people who know are the people who are coming through my world, and me being in that world too. So everybody I see every day, I know that I'm supposed to see them. Those people that are walking among me from a distance, I know that I should speak to them because the God in me compels me to go and speak to the people.
Hmm. And it's beautiful you said that. That's how you know this is. And by the way, this is not scripted. No
Mm-hmm.
scripted. But just listen to 3 and 4 real quick. Number 3 is eliminate interruptions. You can have you want to word it. That's procrastination. Eliminate that
Mm-hmm.
procrastination you're talking about. All the things that interrupted your life. That again, all the minutia that does not matter. All these
Mm-hmm.
interruptions that's coming into you. All the procrastination. All procrastination is you're supposed to be doing one thing, but you don't feel like it. So what do? You get on you do like this instead. You don't
Mm-hmm.
feel like doing it, so you scroll like this for 2 hours, and then what happens? You still got to get it done. Now you rushing. Now you overwhelmed. Now you eliminate the interruption. Eliminate the procrastination. Number 4, eliminate confusion. What you just said, pops. Eliminate. You just talked about not the decisiveness of making a decision. So once you have eliminate confusion, it gives you the clarity, which allows you to make the decision. What you talk about the decisiveness. You say
Mm-hmm.
eliminate indecisive, right? Now you're gonna become
Yes.
decisive by eliminating those confusions. So literally, the 2 things you said was my 3 and 4, by the way. Crazy.
Hey,
And then
hey,
number
Darnell, let's go.
yeah, that's just what it is. Number 5, the last thing you need to eliminate, and these are the 5 things. If you when you eliminate these 5 things, eliminate the media, eliminate the minutia, eliminate procrastination or the interruption, eliminate the indecisiveness or the confusion, and then number 5 is eliminate the need to be right.
Mm-hmm.
So all the need to be right is saying you're gonna have to eliminate your ego.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get that. Hey, it's just what it is. We all have an ego. There's
Mm-hmm.
some pros and cons of a little ego. I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about that bad ego that holds you back. I'm talking about that ego that makes you feel like you on a pedestal and you better than other people. I feel like that ego that when somebody comes to you, you just like, but I don't. I just relax. It's the
Mm-hmm.
ego. You don't need
Mm-hmm.
to be right. I don't need to be right anymore. I used to feel like I needed to be right all the time. Just I yielded to God, and I'm just like, I don't care if I'm right or not. God's right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Mm-hmm.
right. It don't matter to me. The Lord's right though.
Mm-hmm.
But eliminate that need to be right all the time, because when you feel like you have the need to be right, you close your ears and you open your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
God gave you 2 ears for a reason and one mouth for a reason, so you can listen more than you talk.
Mm-hmm. Something to
Eliminate
add to
to
that.
elevate. Go ahead.
Yeah, I like that. So okay, so like in this day and age, you keep seeing all these people be assassinated on the streets. By people, a person shooting a person. Now, if we get down to the nitty gritty of what this means, now what kind of target does a person set that puts in their mindset that they're gonna go out and pop somebody and take somebody's life? What kind of mindset? What kind of target have they established within themselves? And they don't, and for whatever reason, negative thoughts, those targets are hit more often than positive thoughts for whatever reason. So what is just a little small tweak, and that tweak is called love thy neighbor as thyself. That's the
Mm-hmm.
tweak.
Mm-hmm.
That's the tweak. It's like, would you want somebody to shoot you like that? No, you wouldn't. Love thy neighbor as thyself. So when they look at me, what they hear, when I hear the word Darnell, the next natural thing is photography. It's natural, synonymous with my name now. That's what I'm known for. If a person cannot call your name and then know what you're known for, then you're not big enough yet. You're still a seed. You still see. So you think about these people who have set these strange targets to eliminate people from the earth. Think about that. It's like, wow, what else could you use that mind for? What else could you set your target on? Now, I'm not going to go kill today. I'm going to go help somebody live today. It's a whole nother world, but it's in the same world, though. We playing in this on the same field. The strongest, the hardest thing in this world to break is a mindset that's set. So that's why we have to, this thing of improving is a mano y mano type thing. I have to improve me. You have to improve you. my vices and my words and my understanding and my habits and my perceptions and my vision and my improvement plans and my writing skills and my photography and my love for people and my servanthood, all of these things unscripted, that's just flow. All of these things I'm saying can illuminate the places in people's minds so that they can improve themselves, because you have to see what's in your way, and the only way to see what's in your way is to have a mind illuminated. Now if we could get to a person and love on them, I'm talking about if you got a gunman, and I'm being, this is real talk for me, because it hurts my heart to know that somebody can gun somebody down in the street in cold blood in 2021. Doesn't make sense. So if we could surround a person like that, a mastermind, and say, what do you want out of life? What results do you want to see in your life? Almost certain the words, I'm going to kill this dude, it's not going to come up. That's not what they really want. What you just got on talking about. That's what they're fighting for. This dude said this, therefore I have to defend my ego, your unreal expectation of yourself. And you have to defend that.
Mm-hmm.
So what if we could circle a person like that with 12 strong-minded individuals that are not scared of his gun, that are not scared of standing up in front of him and saying, you are a king. You were born of the qualities of God, and you have a choice to make today. You can go and do what you said you're going to do already, or you can conform to a thought that's way higher. You can eliminate all of that weakness, and you can elevate yourself to preserve life. If we could do that with enough people, you said, would you say, son, one, each one teach 10?
Yep.
If we could do that, we could start eliminating bloodshed, and we could start creating businesses and entrepreneurship and enterprise together as a people. Like, if you think about this, you got 1,000 people. That's nothing. We was in a room with 3,000 people
Mm-hmm.
in a pandemic. You know, 1,000 people who are cohesive in their nature of thinking, who follow the same plan, who follow the same information to get to the ultimate result of time freedom, location freedom, and money freedom, to get to those ultimate pinnacles in life, and health freedom, the ability to eat healthy food and do healthy activities that keep your body strong enough to beat anything that may come up against it. Powerful, you know? If we get to a point where we could like deliver that information into the people by illuminating their mind and letting them see the dark areas of their mind, because they got to see it, son. They got to see what they're not looking at right now, you know. And we don't ever find what we're looking for if we doing the same thing every day. We like, how can you investigate a city if you take the same 38th Street over the Post Road, over the 42nd Street? You know, no pun, no knock on the community that I'm talking about. But if you do that and you only go to those small areas, then how do you ever see the beautiful country of Brown County? How do you ever see shopping outside of Lafayette Square Mall that has 7 stores and there's like 95 buildings in there, but there's only 7 stores inside of a massive building like that? You have to go somewhere else in person, and you have to also go somewhere else in here, and you have to go somewhere else socially so that you can hang around people who are not killing people, who are not letting weak words destroy them. You know, so that was long winded, but it's a spot for me. It bothers me.
Mm-hmm. Nah, for real, for real, for real, for real. That's real talk. That's real talk. I do want to transition a little bit. Cause you hit it, you dropped the mic on now. I don't even need to add none of that. But
Mm-hmm.
on episode 5, we talked about, we're going to talk about the 4 levels, right? The
Mm-hmm.
of how you're going to be able to, the 4 levels of what's going on, right? So I love what you're talking about, pops. If you just in your one little area your whole life, how do you know what else is out there? I
Mm-hmm.
didn't I didn't I didn't get to elevate myself until I actually left the Far East Side
Mm-hmm.
of Indy. When I left, I began to start elevating because I
Mm-hmm.
said, "Oh wow, there's There's other ways to treat people. There's other ways to, I don't have to go outside and look left and right and just, I don't have to defend for my life every single second of the day. Mm-hmm. I can just live. What? Mm-hmm. I didn't know I could just live and not try to die. That's how it is. That's just what it is on the Far East side. You go outside, you try not to die. That's what living is on the Far East side. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. I got to go figure out like, oh wow, I could just go live and not worrying about dying. It's just like, wow. But I got outside of my comfort zone because I was real comfortable on the Far East side. And then remember I kept coming back and I would ask you every time I come like, Pops, like it's always been this bad? Like it's always been like this? You be like, yeah, I mean, like I don't remember it like this. I don't because I was in it and that's just what you know because you get comfortable in it. And then when I left, I went to Jersey. Now I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now when I go home, I'm like it's a little uncomfortable to be honest with you because I'm riding around. I'm like, oh snap, let me shoot. Okay, I was comfortable in that every single day, but now I got comfortable living versus not trying to die. But anyway, I said I wasn't gonna go there, but it is. And you ask like Devin, like why, like. Devin, Pops White, why are y'all doing what y'all doing? For me, real quick, I'll let you hit on what you want to hit on real quick, and then I want to talk about the 4 levels. But for me, I'm closing the wealth gap. Closing the wealth gap for our people, for people who look like us. I know I'm lighter. My mom's white. For whatever reason, I told somebody this at work the other day, Pops. And it was a group of white people. And I told him, I said, I've never felt so black until I joined corporate America. Mm-hmm. And they was like, what? What do you mean? Well, I said, before corporate America, my community of people that I grew up around, a lot of black people, they opened me with open arms. Yes, a couple light-skinned jokes here and there, blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, that's all cool. But, they opened me with open arms. They like, come on in. As soon as I step foot with all white people, they look at me like I'm tarnished. Like, oh, nah, I don't know if you fit in. They try me. They ask me questions to see. I have to overprove myself. They have a whole barrier built up in front of them, saying like, nah, you can't know this information like that. Coming from where you came from, looking like what you look like. I'm like, what you mean? I'm the same color as you. Cause my lips a little bigger. Cause my hair a little more coarse. Like, what's going on? Because I talk with a little more slur, a little more, because I got a little more swag. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. I got a little more swag, right? And they like, nah, you can't be smart then. Okay, well, what's up? And I knock them down brick by brick. Okay, this. And then I just see them sit back like this and be like, and then they just like, oh, wow. Oh, he does know what he's talking about. Wow, I actually didn't know that. He actually taught me some stuff today. I'm like, well, yeah, you're welcome. You know what I mean? The Kobe Bryant, you're welcome. Right. But that's like what. So why am I doing this? Get back to that. Why am I doing this? We talked a little bit before the show because did y'all know that the population of black people was about 15%? It's about 13 to 15%. Call it 15% in the United States. But black people only have 3% of the wealth. There's a 12% gap. We're 15% of the people. We got 3% of the wealth. We don't have time to get into all the systemic and all. Y'all probably know. Y'all know why. Y'all know about redlining. Y'all know how. Yeah, y'all know. I'm changing that narrative. White people are 65 to 75% of the population. Call it 75 for round numbers. 75% of the population. They have 90% of the wealth. And then the other, put it all together. So we're talking Asians, natives, Hispanics, all that. The other, they're 10% of the U.S. population, and they have 7% of the wealth. And by the way, the Asian community are very, very, very wealthy. So that's why that number is so high. So just look at that. We're 15% as black people. You're like, well, how? Yeah, like I don't think it's a question. Like I don't know how I am black, but I am black, even though I'm also white. Shoot, you also Hispanic, Pops, Cuban too. Like, why can't I be Hispanic? Why can't I be white? Why I gotta be black? Anyway, we ain't. I said I ain't gonna go there in all the systemic stuff. But my goal and my why, what I'm doing all this for, is to close this wealth gap so we can get our fair share of what we're actually worth in America. And I'm doing that by giving it back to the kids, teaching financial literacy, and giving them the mindset and the hope and the faith that they can go be what they want to be, and they don't have to break down all these barriers like I got to break down every day at work. That's why I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do what I do. I my goal is to light up the minds of young people, man. And the reason I want to do that is because everything I've learned since I started cracking open those books and started reading and studying, and I learned a few key things on my journey. Very grateful to be 48 years old. I lost a good friend of mine, and he was 30. He just went to sleep one night. He didn't wake up. And it wasn't like, I don't know what he went through, but he went to sleep one night and didn't wake up. And I wake up, I'm waking up 18 years more, every day, 18 times 365 more. So gratitude, man. These kids do not have the kids that I work with right now, they don't have the ability to overbright, outlight the darkness of this world. They don't have their intelligence is not big enough because they're bombarded by sexual material, violence. They're bombarded by having to learn 2 plus 2. Remember like inconsequential details about life. You want to know who came to America first. For what? Like what are these things for? Like what? So these kids don't know how to use words and ideas and things to improve themselves because they're so bombarded with information that is irrelevant. Like me going into a bookstore, I know where I'm going to look. I know what section of the bookstore I'm going to every single time. First, I'm going to the clearance to find all the jewels in the clearance. And then I'm going into the place where I can enlighten my mind and improve myself. Self improvement, self help, how to. I learn it, I do it, and I teach others. That's what I do. It's my program. So the reason I do this is because if I don't do it, and I don't see many people do what I do, if I don't do it, then I'm just playing into the same system everybody else is playing into. So, um, is it fruitful to help young people? Absolutely. It's absolutely fruitful. But after I got past the money part, it was like, man, I really want to help young people. It's not even because I don't have to worry about paying a bill no more. I don't have to worry about where it's coming from to pay a bill. And if they took everything away, like the dude on the street, I can start from nothing and build anything I want because I have a mindset, progression, aggressive progression, not just the most simple. I'm not gonna be grass. I'm not gonna be one of the many. I'm gonna be that root. I'm gonna be that weed, that colorful weed that jump out the dirt. That's gonna be me. I'm gonna be that overpowering weed that you can't cut. You can't cut down. You can't pull up. I'm too strong and rooted. But I don't want to be a weed. But I'm just making a metaphor. I'm not gonna be like the grass. One of many. So helping these young people to see themselves, to see in themselves, to focus, perception, self identity, become your own superhero in a way. Do something in the world that you want to see done instead of always listening to people tell you you can't do something. The bombardment of people telling them no all the time. You tell a kid no all the time, you really damage them because they feel self conscious. And when they go to a job and ask for something, they're going to ask for the lowest part of what they think the person will say yes to, rather than going out there trying to get what they're worth because of their, being beat down. So I do this because the young God said, if you hurt any of the least of these young people, it'd be better for you not to be born. So there must be a touchy area for God, where he's saying it'd be better for you not to even be born. He the one to give us life. So when I seen that, immediately I knew that I was going to help young people to not feel the way I felt when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm. I love it, love it. That's legacy work. It's legacy work,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the work, that is bigger than just bigger than you, bigger than us. It's bigger than just
Mm-hmm.
a one person thing. Is
Yeah.
is bigger than that. But it's gonna be a little longer show today. So I did episode 5. We did say, we promised to give y'all the 4 levels of the 4 levels of implementation to really up level yourself and to really figure out where you are at these 4 levels.
Mm-hmm.
I did clear my
Yeah.
whiteboard. I ain't. Ooh, I might have to break it down to him. So we'll have to break it down to him later. We'll break it down to him later. I'll break it down verbally. If you watching on YouTube, man, y'all be able to. I'll drop some for y'all. How about that? I'll drop some for y'all so y'all can have a little better understanding. But it's the 4 levels. I know you're familiar with these 4 levels. We'll kind of break it down. We'll go through each one. We'll break it down each way because I forgot we were talking about why we started talking about this last week. But but it did say we're gonna over deliver and let y'all know what's up. So number 1, this is the 4 levels of life. Everybody is at these 4 levels. If they're at one of these 4 levels, they're somewhere on this totem pole around the 4 levels. So level number 1 is implementation. So implementation is people that work with their hands. It's people that's working. They believe a lie, right? They believe that the harder you work, the more you make. That's what they believe, right? So again, no salt to anybody who's at the implementation level, but just for the understanding of where are you at on this totem pole? Where are you at in the 4 levels? Because you want to be at the highest level. I mean, I do. I don't want to say what you want. You got to figure out what you want yourself. But I want to be at the highest level because that's where the most, anyway, I'll get there. That's where the most everything is at. But number 1 is implementation. Again, they believe the lie that the harder you work, the more you'll make. Right. So number 2 is unification. So this is a belief that education is the key to success. That's what they believe. They believe as long as I have the education and the information, I'm good to go. And these are the people that manager of people. So the implementers, they actually do the work with their hands. The unification are the people who actually manage the people that walk them through of what to do. Level number 3, communication. Now this is where it gets fun. This is where you start to go fast. This is merging over from the slow lane to the fast lane. If you're picking up what I'm throwing down. So these are the people who have conversations that create cash flow. Straight up. Conversations that create cash flow. So they use their mouth to create wealth. These are the speakers of the world. These are your Oprahs of the world. These are Tony Robbins of the world. These are who else on TV, Pop? These are the people. Steve Harvey. This is the Devin Scotts. Appreciate it. This is the people who's using communication in order to create the cash flow, right? And by the way, the people that's using the communication that's on TV while you at home watching them, feeling good, they making a whole bunch of money while they also having a great time doing it. By the way, while you sit at home. After you just implement it all day, so you tired and you sitting down there trying to get a little happiness by watching somebody else be happy. It's just a sad story all around. And again, this is all what the culture indoctrination system teaches. It keeps you at the implementation, at the unification level, and you don't level up. Anyway, communication. Step number 3, imagination. Step number 4, these are the imagination. So these are the people that create ideas to build wealth, right? Communication, they communicate to create cash flow. Imagination are people who create ideas to build wealth. This is the process of manifestation. This is when you can see something and you can actually make it happen and make it become a reality. And they're not worried about the money. They're not worried about the this. They're not worried about because they have they're imagining. These are your Steve Jobs of the world. These are your Walt Disneys of the world. These are the people with the big imaginations. Your Elon Musk. These are those type of people who are at the imagination level where they can literally use their mind to create, to build wealth.
It's you too.
Yes, sir.
That's Devin Scott.
Yes, sir.
That's Devin Scott. That's Darnell Scott. That's Jordan. That's Sydney. That's Hallie. That's Nathan. That's Jalea. That's who we are. That's in our blood. It's in our DNA to use our imagination to create things.
That's the highest level of the 4 levels. So again, you got implementation. You working with your hands. You believe the harder I work, the more I'm gonna make. Which by the time you also believe that time is money. You ever heard somebody say time is money? Time is money. Those are the implementation. That's where that's where they're at. Unification number 2. So let me go. You want to add some of this, and I'm gonna break it down a little more, Pops. You want to add something to this? I want to break it down for some dollars. You want to add something?
So implementation is the hardest part of implementation is the designing the program. It's very difficult, and like so that's why people are willing to accept what people give them. They say a hungry dude will eat anything you feed him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's a terrible position to be in, to have to accept. You have to, if you're a person that doesn't eat pork or something like that, and the only thing the people that you can get food from is serving only pork, then you're at the mercy of the people. They give you what they want. So, I think I worked for 20 some years of my life, of my 48-year-old life, for mere nothingness. Um, and if I would have been doing what I'm doing now, uh, my mindset, if my mind was shifted by a mentor or a person who had more information to enlighten my mind back 10, 15 years ago, and I willingly accepted that information, and I decided to do something with that information and improve myself, things could have, financially would have been a lot better. But I'm thankful for the journey I had to go through, because now I can throw down all of the rhythms that I do throw down, so that my children will be able to escape, wasting their time by, trading their time for money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Appreciate that. And I just want to break it down a little more, because if you still don't know where you at right now, if you listen to this podcast, you on YouTube watching this, whatever you're doing, if you still don't know where you at right now, I'm gonna help you out real quick. I'm gonna help you out some more. So implementation, you believe that that time is money. So if you ever said that, if you believe that, like you're probably an implementer, and nothing's wrong with that, because implementers make let's break it down to a dollar value. How about that? Implementers make and this is rough estimate, so it's not exact, about $0 to $80,000 a year. Those are the implementers. Those are the time is money. And the thing is, the reason they can't make too much more than that is because it's only so much time in a day. Those are the implementers. Those are the people who are another metaphor. If my goal is to get from Charlotte back to the Far East Side to go see my family, those people are walking. These are the walkers. They're walking back to Charlotte. It's really slow. They believe time is money, and they're believing that lie right there. So next, the unification. These are the managers of people. So these are the people who make around 80,000 to about 250,000 a year. So these are managers of others. You manage other people and make sure that they're in the right places. And in the analogy, they're on a bike. They're riding a bike. They're pedaling. They're still working, but they're going way faster with much less effort. Is it harder to walk and run and use your own power and own energy, or to be easier if you use the bike? You're going way faster, you're getting there way sooner, and using much less energy. Unification. The next level of communication. Now, these people are making anywhere from 100,000 all the way up to 100 million. So this is a big range. Now, these people are the people in the cars. So guess what? They got off the bike. They got in the car. Me and my pops, we get in the F-150. You know what I'm saying? We get in a truck. But they get in a car, right, to where they're going to get there even faster than the bike. And guess what? Faster and way less energy. You just got to hit the gas pedal. So all you got to do is get the gas pedal, put your hand on the steering wheel. Simple. You'll be there in no time. Maybe take me about 10 hours to drive home back to the city. It'll probably take me about, I don't even know, probably at least 10 days if I'm riding a bike. Probably longer than that. Probably 100 days. Probably 10x that. Walking, probably, I don't know, 1,000 days. I don't know how long it'll take. A long time. Years. Right? So I'm going way faster at the communication level, and I'm using much less energy. And then the last one is, and again, not everybody wants to be here. Some people say, communication is good, and that's good enough. I love to talk. I love to hear myself talk. I'm good to go. I'm a speaker. Cool. Wherever you land at, you are successful. If you are a clerk at a gas station at BP and that is your goal, you are successful. So I'm not talking down at nobody. You are successful depending on where you want to be. And lastly, and Number 4, imagination. So we went from walking to riding a bike, faster, you know, less energy, to driving a car from a bike, way faster than a bike, much less energy. All I gotta do is hit the gas pedal and control the steering wheel and make sure I got some good music or a good podcast on. Hopefully it's a mental scratch podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly, imagination. Y'all can probably guess where they at. They hopped out the car. And this goes from 100 million to infinite. To the bees, infinite. Not even to the bees, infinite. And these are the people who are on the airplanes. They're going the fastest. They're going so fast. And guess what? They got zero energy implemented into the ride on that airplane. You sit down, you can go to sleep. You ain't got to do nothing. You sit down. So it's crazy because the faster that you go and the better transformation method you have, the least energy that you got to put out into the world. So again, these are the 4 levels of the 4 levels. So you got to pick, where do you want to be at? It's your choice. What do you want? You could be it either way. You can be wherever you want, and it's in the success wherever you land at where you want to get. So that's the 4 levels. And I'll end with this too. I got this in my notes, so I might as well end with it because we talk biblical principles, right? We talk biblical principles, and we relate the biblical principles into the business principles. So in the Bible, they talk about God started with imagination. What they talk about in Genesis, you know this better than me, Pops. What they talk about in Genesis, right? He talked about imagination. I'm gonna just read what I wrote in my notes. He said this is called the process of manifestation. This is how anything gets created. When it gets created, it starts in the mind as you imagine it. Then you communicate it. Now we're working backwards. Y'all pick up what I'm throwing down, y'all. It starts in your mind when you imagine it. Then you communicate it. Then you write it down and share it with your team in unification, which creates systems around the work. Is a great system that happens is automation for all that happened. And then implementation, you put a worker in the garden. It may be you, it may be someone else. It doesn't matter. And the worker works the system, and the system creates the world. And the world is ready to create a new world and their family for their clients. Right. This is how it always happens. So again, what did God start with? He started with imagination, which led to communication, which led to unification, which led to implementation. He started with imagination, then he spoke it, then he unified it, and then he made it with his hands. So I feel like I need to say wise words after that one.
Well, you know what you said, man. So this is in the Bible also. So it says
biblical principles.
It's a biblical principle. So it starts. He said, "Let the last be first, and let the first be last." Let the last be first, and let the first be last. So implementation. If it's first over here, then what's last? And then what's last? Let it be first. So you gotta. So like in the journey of what we're doing here, it's like what's the end result of the Mental Scraps podcast? It's so many scraps that have been dropped for anybody. Any level of thinker can come in and listen to this 4th grade level of communication, and they can pick up something and go anywhere they want to go. You said an airplane, but I'm gonna call it a rocket because we got Elon Musk now. We're gonna go to another planet. You know what I mean? So you can go anywhere, unlimited travel ability. You can go anywhere in your imagination. Nothing can stop you. There's no law that tells you can't imagine anything. There's no law against you. Nothing can stop you from using the most powerful faculty that you have, which is the ability to create information from your mind by focusing on something that you want to bring into this earth. The person who created the airplane, everybody said they was stupid for trying to do something like that. They said they were stupid. They ain't gonna work. And they got up in the air. They created a contraption, and they got it up in the air 12, 14 seconds or something like that. Everybody was like, well, you did it, but it was only up there for 12, 14 seconds. Well, the dudes They said we got it up there for 14 seconds. This is amazing. And now they can jump from Indiana to California in one leap. You know what I mean? You can jump from Florida to Indiana in one leap in a machine that they created from their intelligence. Thank you, God, for intelligence, because there ain't nothing new under the sun. Y'all could have flew. God saying you could have flew. The cavemen could have been flyers if they would have listened to my wisdom. They could have built airplanes back in the caveman times if they would have had this information. So it's information is really, really good. You see behind me so many books. If somebody was poor and they had a poor mindset, any one of these books behind me will enlighten your mind and give you the ability to imagine something better than what you're in right now. It's all about imagination. My son is correct. Imagination is everything. God said, let there be light, but he didn't create a sun when he said that. It wasn't a sun that his light came from him. It was a radiance from him. He enlightened everything. He gave the seed the power to grow. He gave the water the power to be wet. He gave the fire the power to be hot. He gave this. God did all of this before he created anything. That's what God did, for us. So information is great. Mwah! Information is great, but it really sucks at the same time, because when you hear something, you believe it just because you understand it. But here's how true conversion happens in life. True conversion happens when you take information and you convert it into the physical equivalent. So you say people should start small. You should say, I'm going to create $1,000. If it's a money thing, if it's not money, whatever it may be for you, I want to have a 6-pack, or I want to, whatever it may be, or I want to lose 10 pounds. Whatever the goal is, make it small. Say, I want to lose a pound. Start small, right? Start like a seed and lose that 1 pound, and then write about how you did it, and then 10x it. Find the blueprint within the small, simple things, and then elevate yourself. Always find the blueprint first. You need the blueprint before you have the thing. You're not gonna have the thing without a blueprint. You're not gonna build the house particularly, clearly, certainly, without a blueprint. You're gonna be out here just putting stuff together, and it's gonna fall apart. That ceiling might fall straight on your head. You put the wrong nail in the wrong place, the ceiling will fall in and crush everybody. So, man, imagination is so powerful. I hope people can really get this. I can imagine being a photographer. I can imagine being a mentor. I can imagine being financially free, time free, location free. I can imagine that. God said, whatever you think in your heart, that's who you are. So God he gotta keep his word, because God is not a man that he should lie. If he says you think that in your heart, if it has to be in your heart, you gotta pay attention to what you're paying attention to. People in the world spend trillions of dollars to have the one thing, attention. They pay trillions of dollars to have your attention. Trillions of dollars just for your attention. Imagine what you can do if you pay attention to your imagination, write your scripts and blueprints. You can do anything. I decided I wanted to be a photographer. I decided. I had no camera, I had no computer, I had no Photoshop, I had nothing but an idea. I turned the idea into what I am today. Now I have the ability to print money I print money now. I print a picture out and I trade my imaginative product for somebody's money that they are willing to let go of. They see the picture, they say the 10 is not as valuable as the print of my son or daughter playing basketball. So we make a trade. So you have to have an imagination that brings value to the world that is valueless right now. It's so important. So you're correct on that, and I'm grateful to be here to witness it.
Yes, sir. And I just want to say one thing, and then we got to close out. It's definitely a longer show. So if you still rocking with us, hey, y'all better go over to Freedom Finders Unleashed. Go apply right now. Go apply. Because if you, by the time you're hearing this, we already active. We already changed the live. We already transforming. Go to Freedom Finders Unleashed and go check it out. And if you're an athlete to entrepreneur, yeah. Anyway, I'm leaving right there. I'm gonna leave it right there. Both of them my babies, but athlete to entrepreneur is my that's my baby. That's my newborn baby. You know what I'm saying? That's my newborn. The other one's old enough to sit in the seat and put his own seatbelt on. But I'm still strapping the athlete to entrepreneur in myself. But I do want to go back to real quick because I just want to make people really understand this. Is that all right if I help y'all today? If y'all still here, I think it's all right, right? Is that all right? You said we talked about we want to start with the imagination and work backwards, right? All the way down to the unification, right? Because so many times we start off with the first steps of like, well, how do I do it? Like where do I go? Like, I don't know, right? But the problem is that we're not thinking big enough. We need to start at the imagination. What do you want? We talk about it all the time. What do you want? And don't have no limiting beliefs. Remove all limiting beliefs. Remove all anxiety. Remove everything that is just, remove all that. Everything that's holding you back, all resistance. You got to remove that out of your mind. You got to eliminate that if you want to elevate. But, so you want to, what do you want? Like, whatever it is. Like, eliminate all the beliefs of money. I don't have time. I don't have money. I don't have the knowledge. Eliminate all that. What do you want? If you could have anything, which you can, what do you want? Start there. Start at the Elon Musk. I'm putting people on different planets. We got so much money. We just going, when the world gets gone, my grandkids is gonna be, out there in outer space living in a whole different world. In outer space. Start there. And then work your way back in bite-sized chunks. So it's called reverse engineering. What do you want? End goal. Start at the end. The big picture. We talking legacy. What do you want? When you dead and gone, what do you want people to remember you as? How big can you think? And then think bigger. Go bigger. Keep challenging it. Go big or go bigger. Go big. 10x, 100x, 1000x, whatever you need to do. Keep going bigger. What do you want? Start there. And you're going to reverse engineer yourself back to where you talked about, Pops. Getting to the seed, the small first step, that baby seed, the acorn, that small acorn. It already knows is going to be an oak tree. It already knows that's the end goal, but it starts with the small seed, and it takes the first steps of I don't know the system. I'm pretty sure it gets in the dirt. It starts to germinate. It starts to get water. It starts to grow roots, and those are the steps that it takes in order to get there. But you have to know where you're going, or you're already there. So, what do you want? Number 2, why do you want it? Why do you want it? And this is the one thing that you got to know, because you're not going to feel like doing it every day. When you don't feel like doing it, it's going to make you do it anyway. It's going to make you go from an amateur to a professional. Do it anyway. You go to work anyway when you don't feel like it, don't you? I bet you do. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. Why do you want it? Do it anyway. And then number 3 is where everybody goes to, and 99.9% of the people say, well, number 3, and let me just ask yourself in your brain. If you listen to this right now, ask yourself in your own brain right now. Like, what's the next step? I got what I want. I got why I want it. What's the next step? What are you thinking right now? 99.9% of you guys just said, well, how do I do it? Right? And you're not wrong. By the way, you're not wrong, because that is the next logical step. Well, how do I do it? How do I got what I want. I got why I want it. How do I actually go do it? Now, this is the challenge that I got to show some love to Jason Van Garden, man, my mentor. He put me on this, but we're going to talk about some eliminating the elevate. We're going full circle today, Pops. Eliminate the how, because what happens with the how? Let me break this down real quick. We got time, man. I got meeting at 3 though. We got time though. Got a meeting in six minutes. Let's break this down to close out, Pop. But we think how all the time. We stack the how. How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do this? How do we do this? And all these hows get into our brain, and it overwhelms us, and a confused mind does nothing. And now you're in the
Mm-hmm.
circle of procrastination and you're not doing nothing because you don't know how. Eliminate
Mm-hmm.
the how and replace the how with who. Who is already at your end goal? Who has already done what you want? Who is already living the life that you desire? Who is that person? Because watch this. The who, they got the how. And they'll show you the how and put you on the fast track.
Mm-hmm. And another thing, who am I willing to become to get what I want, to get that desire? Who am I willing to become? Who am I willing to eliminate within my own self? Am
Mm-hmm.
I willing to eliminate procrastination, and am I willing to eliminate boredom? Because most people in the world are bored. They're bored with their life. And bored people, they go to sleep without doing the work. You know, they just do whatever. They drink it away, they smoke it away, you know, and they go to bed, and they wake up the next day, and they tell themselves they may in their thinking they may say, I'm gonna do this or do that, but they don't have an intention of doing anything. They don't have a marker. You know, they don't have any writing. They don't have any blueprints. They don't have any interest really. If you don't have a written plan, you have no interest. And if you put zero interest into a great stock, then you get zero return. You know, if you put some interest into something that's negative, you get a negative return. You know, if you put positive interest into a positive environment, a positive imagination, then you get a positive return. You know, it's so simple, but yet so complex because we have so many messengers. Everybody's a teacher. Everybody is grandiose. Everybody is, but the fact of life is, it's really a very small thing, right? The words you think and the words you do. Poverty is not a problem in the world anymore with technology and education and the ability to get free ebooks, and you know I have access to 10 million ebooks on my phone. There's no ignorance is really a choice. It's really a choice. Ignorance is a choice. So poverty is not a problem. Poverty is a result. It's a result of what you do with your words and your time. The actions, the action plan, your words and your time. What do you do with these things? That's who you are. The sum total of everything that you have right now, regardless if you want it or don't want it, is based on what you thought about in your yesterdays. Today is the sum total of what you thought about in your yesterdays. That's why you have the car you have. That's why you live in the house you live in. That's why you're friends. That's why you have that partner that does not have your back, or you have that partner that's beautiful, that has your back. That's why you have everything. So you're complaining to who about what? You need to look in the mirror and tell yourself, this is what I desire. This is why I desire it. And this is what I'm willing to give to get it. You have to master those three. You have to get to a level of mastery with that. And with the Freedom Finders Unleashed is what you're going to get. You're going to get a plan that's going to help you identify your real natural talents, what you are good at, what you were meant to do for yourself. I don't want to overstep my boundaries, son. So this is just what I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. So the Freedom Fighters Unleashed is going to help you. It's going to eliminate everything and let you start with a clean piece of paper, and you'll be able to write down what you really want. And it doesn't have to be $1 billion. It can be just to be free to do what you want. It doesn't have to be a significant money goal. It just needs to be something that you want. And this guy right here, I don't know if it's to my left or to my right, but this guy right here, Devin Darnell Scott, he has the tools and the skill set to take you from where you're at to where you want to be. He has the blueprint. He's been in the room with Tony Robbins, a great guy who created a software program named Russell. He shook hands with Myron Golden, who charges people hundreds of thousands of dollars an hour to talk to him. He's been right there with him to talk to him. He's been with the greatest podcasters in the world. He has a superior mentor that understands life at a truly a different level, Jason Van Gardner. He has friends around him that are pushing him and saying, nah, Devin, we gonna keep pushing you. If your friends are not pushing you, they're no friends. If they're not pushing you to your greatness, they're no friends. They're not friends. So you have to eliminate them. Not kill them. Not kill them. Eliminate them from wasting your time to take you to the next level. So join Freedom Finders Unleashed, please. And when the book Mental Scraps drops, it's going to be written by me and my son, obviously, because it's what we're doing right now. I hope to get my other children involved with it. Either they just read it or they can write in it too. But when this book drops, I hope that you will find value in it. I believe you will. So back to you, son.
Yes, sir. I appreciate the wise words, Pops. Appreciate the the love, the shout out. And for real, it's so crazy because most of the time you don't even see that within yourself. I actually want to see this earlier. I'm gonna say this because when you get in a group around people of like-minded individuals, right? You need to surround yourself with the dreamers, the doers, the believers, and the thinkers. You know I'm going with this, Pops. Yeah. Surround yourself with the dreamers and the doers and the believers and the thinkers, but most of all, surround yourself with those who see the greatness within you, even when you don't see it in yourself. That's what we're doing with the Freedom Finders Unleashed. That's what we're doing with Athletes Entrepreneur. We are surrounding ourselves with like-minded individuals to sharpen each other. Iron sharpens iron. So just to wrap up, man, today we did talk about eliminating in order to elevate. What are you going to eliminate today? You don't have to eliminate everything. Do not try to do everything. What is the one thing that you can eliminate today that's going to enable you to elevate yourself to the next level? We talk about the 4 levels, speaking of levels. Identify which level you're on right now. Do not beat yourself up because you're there. Straight up, look yourself in the mirror. You're there because of you. You ain't there for nobody else. And I'm not, hey, kids, can I coach y'all today? Is it okay? It might hurt a little bit. You are there because of you. So make the decision if you want to. What do you want to the next level? Why do you want that? And we talked about find the who already has what I desire because they'll teach you the how. So if this was helpful today, man, go ahead and put a 5-star like. I know it's a 5-star podcast. I mean, that's my opinion. Of course, I'm biased. Put a review on here. Let us know how you like it. Share this podcast out with some of your friends, whoever needed to hear this today in order to eliminate, in order to elevate to the next level. Share this with them today. And you got any last 30-second words, Pops?
Yep. I want you to add one more layer to your thinking. So we want to always also start where you're at. Write down everything you have right now. If you have $33.02 in your bank account, write it down. If your health is subpar and you know it could be better, write it down. If you need to see yourself in a higher life, if you're working at a job right now and you want to see yourself owning a business, write down your job right now, right where you are right now. Eliminate and elevate.
Yes, sir. Eliminate to elevate. What level are you at right now? And find the who that will give you the how. So that does it for the episode number 6 with myself, Devin Scott, and my pops in the building with the Mental Scraps podcast, man. If you like it, make sure y'all like, subscribe, do what you need to do, share this with a friend, and we will be back with y'all with another episode next week. So we love y'all. We appreciate y'all for the support, and we will catch y'all later for the Mental Scraps podcast in episode 6. We are signing out. Y'all gonna be great today.